Leigh Johnson, how are you, darling?
Stan, how are you?
You're looking good.
Thank you very much.
I bet you don't go into court dressed like that. For those people that don't know, Leigh is a solicitor. You're still a solicitor? You're still
Solicitor,
soliciting?
barrister,
Okay,
yeah.
and a barrister too.
We've joined a few professions now.
I see.
Stan.
I bet you don't go to...
No, darling, I'm not bankrupt, and I think it's terrible the way everyone's picking on all these lawyers. They really don't make that much money. Let's face it. Footballers make more than lawyers.
Have a look at her with the gold thing around her neck and the low-cut dress.
But Stan, I had to borrow all this so I could look good for you.
Oh dear. Well, I'm going to tell you something, darling. It hasn't improved your looks at all. Let's get into the first letter. Well, thank you. Well, you've obviously got good eyesight. Dear Stan and Beauties, it makes me so mad to hear some of your beauties sympathising with drug addicts. Have you ever stopped to think about the children of junkies? I'm a 25-year-old woman and my mother was a junkie for my whole childhood. I didn't choose to live without proper food and clothing. I didn't choose to spend my childhood hanging out with stoned adults. But I'm now living with the consequences of my mother's lifestyle choice and require constant counselling due to my upbringing. How about we start supporting the children of junkies rather than the selfish addicts? Kylie from Brisbane in Queensland.
Well, Kylie, I feel very sorry for you and I really sympathise with your situation. However, drug addiction is an illness, and I think now more than ever society is beginning to realise that and treat it as an illness, as a medical problem.
Why is it an illness?
Well, Stan, people...
Illness is something you pick up from somewhere, you contract from somewhere. This is a matter of choice.
But Stan, I wouldn't expect you to understand, but unfortunately I don't think it is a matter of choice. I think if people have an addictive personality...
If somebody wants to take the drug on the very first day, they choose to take that drug.
That, of course, is the problem. However, it does seem to be that people who take drugs and get addicted to drugs have got major problems in the first place.
Making excuses for people as to why they take drugs, to why they break the law.
I agree, and I think it is terrible to make excuses. And of course, I've dealt with a lot of drug-addicted people in my life, and I stand up in court and give all the reasons on earth why they have drug addictions. But of course, my life has probably been harder than theirs to start off with, and I haven't become drug-addicted. So I think it is a personality disorder that gets you addicted in the first place. And I do think that Kylie's right in that it is a selfishness to start off with, because of course one can seek help and one can, there's lots of organisations that can help you. There's NA and it's not an easy thing to get over, but one should make the effort to get over it.
You know, one of the old habits from people that have been at the bar too long, being a barrister, they all have this habit of wearing the bloody glasses and looking over the top of the glasses, don't they? As if to give that feeling, my learned friends, I'm much holier than you, I'm much smarter than you.
Well, there's no doubt I'm holier than you, Stan, let's face it.
Oh,
I mean,
sweetheart,
really.
turn it up. I've seen some of the stories in the newspapers about you. Anyway, we'll move right over.
I could make a few up about you too.
Well, you could, but you promised not to tell, okay? Okay,
well, I
Jan.
never keep my promises, Stan.
No. Well, thanks very much.
I know a lot of drug-addicted parents who really love their children and are very attentive.
Love isn't enough.
But they are very attentive to their children, and I agree, it's not enough.
You can't tell me anybody that is a drug-addicted adult parent really loves their kids, really should be looking after their kids.
Stan, it's not.
Come on. Here, let's go to the law. Answer the question about a fit parent. As a fit parent, does a judge sit there and say, you've been snorting cocaine all week, you've been shooting up heroin all week? Does he classify those people as a fit parent?
He or she, Stan, and basically it depends. Judges will judge the case on their merits, and of course people, my experience of children from working in the children's courts is that they're always better off with their parents. They always want to be with their parents.
Doesn't mean that you're an unfit father.
I'm not talking about one night, I'm talking 7 nights a week.
I agree with Jan. People can abuse and neglect their children and never abuse substances on any level. They can abuse their children by not being there for them, by abusing them emotionally.
There are different
Look, I don't care. If somebody goes out there and they get themselves pissed every day of the week, or they take cocaine and heroin and other drugs every day of the week, as far as I'm concerned, they are not a fit and proper person, and I don't care what any of you say. Okay, Leigh. Do you vacuum? Yes, Leigh, do you vacuum at home?
I have to vacuum because I've got 5 cats, but I swear I pick up strays, Stan. That's why I'm here with you.
I don't want to hear about your love life, all right?
So So, look, honestly, how I can't believe that the beauties have taken your side on this. I think you're the most boring person.
That's because you're
Talk
skinny
about-
and brown.
Oh, thank you, so sweet. I'm brown because I think my relatives have been out having fun with some grape pickers somewhere. But really, talk about bromide to a good time. Fancy writing in and slagging your wife off like this. I'm sure that if you've been married for that long, it was a two-way choice not to have children. Surely you didn't just allow her to make all the decisions. It sounds to me like you're the most boring person on earth, that she's an interesting, fun-loving, attractive woman
let's
who's
take
out
that.
having fun.
Let's take that he is a boring
and
person.
who'd want to stay home with you.
All right, but let's take that the fact that he is a boring person, okay?
We know a few of those.
Okay, fine. And she's really scintillating, entertaining, intelligent, all that sort of stuff.
Like us.
But okay, he still doesn't deserve to be treated like that.
Well, I think we're taking it from his point of view. He's
Okay.
the one who's written the letter.
But you're the one that said he's boring.
What a one-sided
So let's take it that he is-
letter.
okay, but
what
let's-
a one-sided letter. Why
let's
doesn't he
take
say,
it.
well, my advice, Stan, my advice to Robert is, Robert, get a life, take up a sport, take up a hobby, go and get a new hairstyle, maybe join the gym, lose a bit of
Actually-
weight. You sound like a dreadful
What
person.
you can do, Robert, actually, is if you're an accountant, you can go along and see some of the barristers who are hiding behind this facade of sending themselves bankrupt and not
I'm
paying
not
their
bankrupt.
debts. No, we know that. I wasn't referring to you. I'm just
thank
talking
you,
about
otherwise I'd sue you.
some of your other colleagues are out there who are cheating the taxpayers out of millions of dollars.
Look, I buy Big Kev products. I think they're fabulous products.
Oh, geez,
I won't.
this is getting tacky.
They are good.
They're good
They're
products,
good.
but
They're good Australian products.
But
What's wrong with promoting and plugging good
I'll
Australian
tell you
products?
afterwards what I think
You
about
finished.
Big Kev. I've
You
got
finished.
problems
Oh,
with him.
shut up.
tell
Well,
us now. Tell us
No,
now.
no, get on with it.
Well, I think they're good products, but I do object to buying Australian, and I'm sorry to have to do this, but I agree with you, Stan. I do object to buying Australian simply because it's Australian if it's an inferior product, and I do think that there are some people, and I won't mention names in case I get sued again, who are selling products with their names on ostensibly Australian products when they're exactly the same as the no-name brand, but more expensive.
All right, I'd love to be... Yeah, absolutely, Leigh.
Stan, I'm shocked to hear that it is actually funded by the government. I always thought that IVF programs were privately funded, and I've had a number of friends go through them, and they've all paid privately. So, again,
Yes, but you're obviously going out with the rich people, darling. You know, there are people out there who, you know, don't have as much money as what you or your friends have.
Please, I've got no money. I'm here, aren't I?
Yes, well, that's right. It says it all. You must be getting desperate.
But exactly.
Don't
but
look down at your
realistically,
glasses like you're sort of peering down at some judge in some court.
Stan, I'm blind. I need them
Well,
to
get some
read.
decent glasses then.
I'm sorry, but I need to look to see your beautiful face. I need to not have glasses. You see,
Okay.
otherwise, like that, you're blurry. You see.
Well,
So actually, that might be better.
all right, get on with the answer.
Well, I agree. I think that everyone should have the right to choose, and everyone should have the right to change their mind. So, if someone does have a tubal ligation, I think they should have the right to change their mind and decide to have more children.
Okay.
Or
What about lesbians? You think they should have the same rights as well?
well, of course,
But isn't it
Absolutely.
it's a lifestyle choice, though, isn't it?
it's a lifestyle choice, and I
And
think.
why should we fund people who want a lifestyle choice?
Well, Stan, I don't think we do.
Well, of course we do.
I don't think
Of course.
IVF is available
Excuse me?
in the public
I beg your
health.
pardon?
It is.
Um,
Well, I'm shocked.
You're in the law and you don't understand that?
Well, I'm not in IVF.
No, but I mean, you do law. You're a public person supposed to be educated.
You don't know about everything.
I'm agoraphobic most of the time. I sit home with cats. After
I don't want to
being
hear
on-
about all
after
the
being
push, you
on this
know,
show,
okay?
I think I'll be more agoraphobic.
Right.